So I want to talk today about something that happened 20 years ago. It's World Cup time. And in the 2006 World Cup, the Australian team went further than any Australian team had ever gone before. They were playing Italy, a giant of world football, in the round of 16. And as it played out, all Australia needed to do was draw the game to go through to the round of 8. It was a tight contest. Italy lost a player to a red card, and with 10 men, they fought as Australia did, and it almost went right down to the wire. It looked like it had gone into extra time, still 0-0. In the 95th minute mark, deep in injury time, Fabio Grossi went sprawling over the top of Lucas Neal right in the penalty box. The referee blew a whistle, a penalty was awarded, and Francesco Totti converted, and Italy had won. Australian fans, as well as the Australian players, were gutted. And to this day, the controversy runs. Was it really a penalty, or was it one of the worst decisions ever made in World Cup football? When I look at it on video, I see that Grossi dived. But this brings up a bigger issue. And with my podcast, Masculine Intelligence, I'm talking about men living a just life. I'm talking about sportsmanship and personal integrity and doing the right thing. You know, playing a game like a warrior, but with a yogi's conscience. And I wonder how the Italian players really feel about that victory. They went on to win the World Cup, but I just find it interesting. And I find it confounding that somebody can play like that and still feel good about where it ended up. What do you think? The problem that football has never really resolved. It's the problem people talk about over and over again. It exists in football. The incident exposed something that football has struggled with for decades: simulations, where players fake contact to receive a penalty. Every football fan has seen it. Every football fan has struggled with it. We see it happen. Sometimes the reward is enormous. Other times the punishment is menial. Sometimes the action, the reward, a penalty, a goal, a World Cup, and another team vanquished. It's a problem that football's wrestled with, and it still runs today. And I believe it's the thing that turns a lot of Australian supporters off, because we love our rugby league and our Australian rules football, where it's tough and the collisions are fierce. And then when we see players diving in the world game, we turn our nose up and turn the TV off. Then the video-assisted referee arrived. Everybody thought that that would solve the problem. But still, football fans across the world argue about decisions, argue about technicalities. We all seem to see things from our own bias. And so what I realize is that you can have all the technology you want. It still can't create integrity. And integrity in sport is so crucial, especially when you've got millions of fans watching on television at home, and there is such a huge price to pay for poor decisions. I do have a connection to this game. I was given the grace of being invited to work with the new club, Sydney FC, when it was formed, to work with the players and coaches to develop a really sound culture in the club. And one of the things we really worked with was integrity. Integrity on the field, integrity off the field. And we see it so often in football, where players fake things, where players dive. There's no integrity in that. They're trying to seduce a referee to give a penalty. And I was really impressed by some of the young guys at Sydney, because they took this on and they never played that way. They never made a fuss. They just put their head down and they did the work. There's a bigger lesson here. Football can become a metaphor for life. Sometimes we can gain an advantage by taking a shortcut, bending the truth, faking things. But there's never any satisfaction in that. When we do the work, do the honest work, and take the hard path to earn the advantage, then we feel good about ourselves. We grow from those experiences. I have a perspective on what football should do. They should continue to work with the video-assisted refereeing and improve it. But further than that, I think that when players get involved in this activity that's called simulation, where they start faking things, there need to be bigger penalties. I think when players take obvious dives, they should be yellow carded. because that sort of thing doesn't really belong in the game. So in closing, when people ask me about the Lucas Neal incident, I respond, yes, I understand the frustration. I understand that it was probably an error. I understand that football needs to continue to improve. And we realise that things are important. Success is important. Winning is important. Championships are important. But perhaps what's even more important than that is how you go about it. Because at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, you know how you've participated. You know how you've played the game. You know about your own level of ethics and sportsmanship and about your own integrity. And in those quiet moments, when the trophies are put away and the crowds have gone home and the noise has died down, you've got to sit and live with yourself and ask yourself the question, do I like who I was being on this day?